Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Sword Random and welcome to another video in the Weapon Spotlight series. And today guys, we're going to be taking a look at the Bastard Stars. It is the remembrance from Asel, Natural Born of the Void. Let me show you guys how to get it. So yeah, if you want to open up your map, it's going to be on the under section in the Ainsel River, and you're going to want to have unlocked Noxtella, the Eternal City. If you don't have this place, then you will not be able to get here or get this weapon. But if you're following the Ronnie quest line, then you should get here. And we're going to be running for a while, so let me use this time to remind you guys that only 0.3% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. That means there's a whole 99.7% of you guys that are not subscribed to my channel. So if you do like the content you're watching, if you are enjoying the videos, then please leave a like and subscribe. Alright, let me navigate through these enemies. But since we're going to be running for such a long time, because we're going to be running for a while, let me tell you guys a story. So when I was a kid, I went to a water park with my family. At the water park, they had one of those like lazy river things where you kind of just get in a tube and just kind of walk around and around, or you could just kind of float around and around and around in a circle. And I was doing it with my family, and while like in the middle of it, I just kind of looked around at one point and realized that I was not with my family anymore. And being away from my family and being like 8, 9, maybe 10 years old, I freaked out like really hard and didn't really know what to do. So I decided to just stay in that one location and not move for like 30 minutes. I think I went and sat in like one of those little beach chairs and just like sat there for like 30 minutes or so. And after a while of like nothing, just not finding my family, not seeing anybody, I was like, okay, well, I got to do something different. So I walked up to a lifeguard. I was like, hey, Mr. Lifeguard, I can't find my family. I think I've been separated from them. And the lifeguard was like, oh, well, why don't we just sit and wait here for about 30, 40 minutes? And if they still haven't shown up, then we will take you somewhere and try to get you some help. I was like, all right. So we sat there for another 30, 40 minutes and nothing, no family, no family member, not even one of them. So I was like, okay, well, what do you have? And he goes, and you're like, what do you have? Or like, where are we gonna go? And he goes, oh, well, it's just, I just have a place where we can take you, and we'll see if maybe your family's there. So I was like, okay. So he grabs me by the hand, kind of leads me along, and we go to a section of the water park that I hadn't been to before. And in this section of the water park, it's kind of like the little market-ish area of it. And he takes me to a building. And as I look up at the building, I realize where this man has taken me. He has taken me to the Lost and Found. And at this point, I'm like, I'm a kid. I've seen those jackets that sit in the Lost and Found for like 3 years and nobody takes them. At this point, I think I'm doomed. I'm like, okay, I'm never going to see my family. Like, this is it. It's the end. Like, I'm gone forever. I will never find them. And he opens the door to the Lost and Found, and I walk in there, and I kid you not, guys, there was probably 12 children, probably a whole dozen children sitting in this room. Just half of them are crying, half of them are playing. They have a whole bunch of toys, and there's just a lost and found room absolutely chock full of children. And at that point, I'm really thinking, well, if none of these children got found, then I'm never going to get found, like ever. Like I'm absolutely doomed. So I start crying, and I'm sitting there at a table playing with Legos. And as I'm playing with Legos, this girl walks up to me and she starts playing with Legos, and she's like, "How long have you been lost?" Or like, "When did you whatever?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's been a while. I've been lost." Like I'm just like, we're both crying, just sitting here playing with Legos, and this woman walks in the room, and she's like, "Hey, all you guys kind of get together, and we're going to be going out to look for your families." So she gets all the kids in a group, and all of us kind of group up, huddle up. We're kind of holding hands, kind of not, just like in a big group, and she takes us outside and starts kind of walking us around the water park. And midway through this walk in the water park, 8-year-old, 9-year-old me, must have got distracted by something I don't exactly remember. But I look up, and the group is entirely gone. The kids, the woman, everybody is gone. And I do not know what to do. At this point, I'm thinking about walking back to the Lost and Found, but I don't even remember where it was. Thinking about going back to the Lazy River, but again, I don't even remember where it was. And it was, funnily enough, my parents and them had actually talked about, like, on the way to the water park. My family's very like this. They kind of plan stuff out. But they had talked about if you get lost to go back to the lockers. And again, I did not know where the lockers were. So I kind of look around for the nearest authority figure and I see a policeman. So I'm like, okay, like that's it, right? I'm gonna go stand by this policeman. At the very least, if I don't find them, at least I have a policeman. I was always a very, I always loved the police growing up. I have a lot of police members in my family, so I go and stand next to this policeman, and I'm not there maybe 5 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes I'm there with this policeman, and I see my mom walk across the bridge in front of us, this little bridge over the lake, over the little river in front of us, and I screamed my lungs out. I mean, screamed. Like, I'm pretty sure I startled the policeman. I think I remember him jumping and just kind of looking at me because I was just screaming. And my mom sees me and finds me, and she comes and grabs me. And all in all, I think I was lost for about a total of maybe 2 or 3 hours, I think, and it was like my entire water park experience was ruined. But I think it's a great story to tell, so I can't be entirely too mad about it. And here we are, guys. This is the boss fight arena. This is where you can get the flail. Now let me take you guys back to Gatefront, and I will show you what this thing can do. All right, guys. So we're back at Gatefront, and I believe this thing has a 1, 2, 3, 4 light combo. It has a 1, 2. I believe that's going to be a 2 chain, maybe a 3. Oh, it has a little wind up. If you hold it, it'll wind it all the way up and it'll do that. And every repeated input, if you just press R2 one time, he'll do another attack. So you can charge and then just press R2. Like press it now, and he'll go in, now, and he'll go in, now, and he'll go in. Yeah, so you can keep getting that repeated input there. Here is your jumping attack. Here is your jumping light attack. Here is your running light attack. Here is your running heavy attack. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, its unique skill. I love the way it's not a straight line. It's kind of art. Super cool. Looks amazing. Purple is just such a cool magic color. And this thing does look kind of cool. Looks kind of goofy, not going to lie, but it does also look cool. The way you kind of have like the, almost like a solar system down there at the bottom on the end where it swings. Let's take a look at its stats. This has a physical of 65 and a magic of 78 with some scaling, strength of E, dexterity of D, intelligence of C. The attributes required are a strength of 8, a dexterity of 22, and an intelligence of 22. I don't even really know why they would put a strength of 8 attribute required there. I'm pretty sure every class except the wretch starts with at least 8 strength, so it just seems kind of weird to me. But it is a flail. It does weigh about 5.5, which is pretty average. But the bastard starts as a flail, which deals magic damage, having been imbued with power by the remembrance of Astel, formed by the same many-colored star debris that comprise the form of the natural born of the void. Its unique skill is called Nebula. Imbue the natural-born stars with magic to perform a sweeping strike. This attack leaves a dark cloud of stars in its wake that lingers briefly before exploding. Super cool, super unique weapon. I think it's a worthy prize for finishing the Ronnie questline. Anything that is imbued with like cosmic energy really does just make me happy. I really do enjoy that kind of stuff. So, as always, guys, I will leave off the video with me destroying this camp of Godric soldiers. If you like what you see, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.